Okay guys, Steve Fletcher here with a trumpet for my people. Today is November 24th, 2017, and I'm going to be bringing to you what may be the final confirmation on what is the sign of the dragon and the importance of December 17th, Midweek Hanukkah. Very important information I'm going to be bringing at the end of this video, and please stick with me here. We've been talking about the sign of the dragon that appears on December 17th with the 5 planets within the constellation of Ophiuchus. It's Saturn, which is the Lord of the Rings, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and the Moon, all within the serpent bearer, Ophiuchus. And this forms then the 10 horns, the 5 stars in the tail, and the 5 planets. The 10 horns, we've got 7 heads and 7 crowns within this constellation, including the planets. So we have an amazing conjunction of planets, an amazing conjunction of signs on December 17th. And this becomes Midweek Hanukkah. This is when the Lord gave me my sign in the sun. I didn't know what this would lead us to or what it's going to mean, and we still don't know if December 17th is the actual day of the rapture or if there's going to be a sign, but there is a definite sign on December 17th, and we need to watch this. This could be the very day, or it could be something that will happen that will take us to the final days of Hanukkah. We don't know exactly, but we are watching. And so December 17th is the sign of the dragon. It's midweek Hanukkah exactly. It is the birthday of Pope Francis, which is very important within this scenario. December 17th, he's connected to the number 266, which was connected to September 23rd. Obama and the Pope met on September 23rd. They exchanged gifts. That is an important detail. And the last day of Hanukkah is also day 266 of the Jewish year. Pope Francis' birthday is December 17th, and we have the Revelation 12, 3 and 4 sign that appears on December 17th. Pope Francis turns 81, which is 9 times 9, or it's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. His papal debut was 31313, March 13th, 2013. They love the occult Illuminati, love their numbers, right? And so here we have the connection between both Obama and Pope Francis, the first and second beast of Revelation, connected to the sign of the dragon. Pope Francis' birthday is on the same day, and the Obama logo that he revealed on Halloween is the exact image of the planets that are all conjoined. If we zoom out the Stellarium program, this is the image we get. And we have a number of connections leading us to Hanukkah. Real quick, I want to go over here where it talks about the 80-day connection to the Revelation 12 sign from the Day of Atonement. Adding 14 days brings us to the last day of Tabernacles, and adding 66 days to that brings us exactly to December 17th. So we have a conjunction with December 17th with the Revelation 12 sign and the 80 days of the Antichrist being presented in the temple. It's the female child being presented in the temple, and it's the sign of the dragon is appearing on the same day. Beyond that, we have a asteroid. Asteroid PHAETHON is named after the Greek destroyer god that approaches Earth December 17. And this is a destroyer god. And it's a Greek destroyer god connected to Zeus. And this is all tied into the abomination of desolation, the worship of the altar of Zeus, the throne of Satan, Pergamus, Turkey, the original abomination by Antiochus Epiphanes, and the connection between Zeus and Jupiter, which has to do with the Revelation 12 sign. So this is all connected prophetically. Okay? Now I want to bring to your attention, first of all, the scriptures from Revelation 13 that connects the first and the second beast to the dragon. This is an important understanding from the Bible. Revelation 13, 1 and 2. I stood upon the sand of the sea. I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Upon his horns 10 crowns. Upon his heads the name of blasphemy. The beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. His feet were as the feet of a bear. His mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, his seat, and his great authority. So we have the first beast, the leopard beast Obama, that is connected to the dragon, and the dragon gives him his power and authority. Then we have the second beast, starting in verse 11. I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. He had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon. He exercises all the power of the first beast before him. He causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. So we have a connection between the first and the second beast and the dragon. So this is the connection between Pope Francis and Obama with the December 17th sign of the dragon. Very important connection biblically. Okay, then I want to show you now Revelation 12 verses 1 through 5. There appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, the moon under her feet, upon her head a crown of 12 stars. She being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. Okay, so the first 2 verses, Revelation 12, 1 and 2, is the sign of the woman clothed with the sun, which was fulfilled on September 23rd. Then we have another sign that we are waiting for. It says, there appeared another wonder in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, 7 crowns upon his heads. This is what I was sharing with you, how this sign of the dragon, it's Inopiochus, it's the serpent bearer. We have 7 heads on the serpent, 5 stars in the tail, plus the 5 planets is the 10 horns. And above it, we've got Corona Borealis, which is 7 stars. And it's a crown, the Corona Borealis. Okay, so we have this. Then we have the tail through the third part of the stars of heaven did cast them to the earth. Okay, This has to do with the Gemini meteor shower that lasts until December 17th. And there is an asteroid coming in on this exact day. The December 17th asteroid that approaches Earth out of the Gemini meteor shower. It's connected to the Gemini meteor shower, and I did a video earlier about this that explains that. Okay? So we have this prophecy that is being fulfilled on December 17th. But then I want to look at this final portion, and this is what I'm going to bring to you as confirmation. The dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. We have talked about the fact that this is the god Saturn, Kronos, connected to Saturn and Kronos. And Saturn is the god that devours the children. Okay, we have talked about this previously. And how Saturn is seen with a sickle. And one that devours the child. Okay? So how can we connect this? Number one, we have within the Revelation 12 sign, 3 and 4, the sign of the dragon, we have the Sun and Saturn together here. Okay, so Saturn is a part of the dragon sign. And then we see that Saturn is the god that devours its children. What else do we know about December 17th? December 17th is the true date of Saturnalia. 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 That's the worship of the god Saturn. It's worship of the god Saturn. Worship of the god that devours the children. December 17th. In pagan Rome, the celebration of the winter solstice began on December 17 with the feast of Saturn, also called the Saturnalia. Through December 23rd, the Roman world engaged in merrymaking, the exchanging of gifts in honor of Father, Son, and Mother, Earth. The Saturnalia festival has an astronomical character, referring to the completion of the sun's yearly course and the commencement of a new cycle. Saturn, from whom we get the word for the day of the week, Saturday, represented by the sun at its lowest aspect of the winter solstice. Saturn, Saturday. This made me remember. What does it say in Matthew chapter 24? What does it say about the Sabbath? What most people would consider to be Saturday. Pray your flight be not in winter or on the Sabbath day, for then there will be great tribulation. The 17th of December is a Sunday, but it starts on the 16th at midnight. Saturday and Sunday is the weekend. But it's Saturday, Saturnalia. Saturnalia. And we have all this connected to December 17th. Saturnalia. the God who devours the children. Revelation 12, 3 and 4. There appeared another wonder in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, 7 crowns upon his heads. His tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Is this the final confirmation? The sign of the dragon. On the day of Saturnalia, when Saturn is worshipped, the exact God depicted as the one who devours the children. Verse 5. She brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. Her child was caught up to God and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there for 1,260 days. We definitely are being led to the rapture event. No one can say exactly what day that rapture event will happen, but it is connected to the sign of the dragon. It's connected to the god Saturn that devours the children. All these signs that are leading us, that are given for us to help us to see and to understand what are the odds that Saturnalia would be the exact day of the birthday of Pope Francis and the sign of the dragon in the heavens. I'll leave all the links for you guys to study out. As far as I can see, this would be another and almost final confirmation. I hesitate to say final because God has a way of surprising us and giving us more and more and more information. There's so much information that He's giving to us. So many mysteries are being revealed. And I thank God that He's given me the opportunity to see these things, and someone sent to me the information about Saturnalia on December 17th. And this is the connection that I make to what that means, Saturnalia on December 17th. It's the worship of the God that devours the children. It's the worship of the dragon. Exactly what the biblical text says. Okay, guys, it's the 24th of November, and we are really getting close now. Next week is the first day of December, and then we are 2.5 weeks from there. So we are 3.5 weeks from December 17th and 4 weeks from the last day of Hanukkah. So we are closing in here now, and this is what the Lord is showing to us, all these signs to give us this information. I pray you guys are blessed, and I just hope everybody's ready. We need to read Matthew chapter 25. Be ready with your oil. Be using your talents unto the glory of God. Be a sheep and not a goat. Serve, give of yourself, love. I pray you're blessed in Jesus' name. Amen.